back. All right, so if you with us on YouTube, should be back up. IG still popping.
Sorry about that, YouTube. We don't know what just happened here. It's annoying.
YouTube. You know what? Yeah. Anyways, back where we left off in a sense. This NBA conversation, sparks up even another bigger sports conversation in terms of, excuse me, the NFL and all their prominent black players came out with a video.
Right.
Now, recently, a couple of days ago, the prominent players in the MLB came out with a similar video. Now, obviously, the amount of players in the black players in the MLB is not the same number in the NBA and the NFL, but there's still a black presence in the league. And those players who came out and spoke up in that video, similar to the NFL one, they could have said, "Hey, look, we're fishing what's that saying? We're small fish in a large pond in terms of playing in the NFL. Maybe it's best, for who we are in the league to not say anything." But I commend them, the small number of black players in the MLB to want to speak out and say something. And they had some prominent players. Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees, big-time up-and-coming player. Giancarlo Stanton. I think they had some former players in there, like Prince Fielder. I don't think he's playing right now. A guy who has spoken up about hearing a lot of things. I think Torrey Hunter talk about, and another Adam Jones. I've talked about their experiences playing in Fenway Park and dealing with racism here. We touched on it a little bit in the last show. Sports is huge. In the United States of America, there's one thing the majority of people love on this land is sports, in a certain sport, in a major league. I know some people don't even consider NASCAR a sport, but people love NASCAR.
Right.
And I'm all for leagues or players within the leagues or owners or the commissioners, whatever. I'm all for them taking a stand and speaking out on what's happening. Like we said before, Adam Silver in NBA, in a sense, has been doing a solid job. Now you have the NFL kind of coming around in a sense, and even Goodell came on an interview yesterday, a few days ago, saying he endorses a team going to sign Colin Kaepernick. First time I can remember him using his name in a long time. The MLB players speaking out, the NASCARs officially got rid of and banned the Confederate flag. I'm all for sports organizations and leagues speaking out in a sense, because don't matter if you white, black, racist, not racist. One thing I think everybody loves on this land is sports in some way, shape, or form. They love sports. They love the team. They love players. And if these entities are using their platform to spark change, I'm all for it.
So something I've been saying on this show for the past couple of weeks now, that anytime we bring up these sports and them speaking out, I keep using the word convenient, right? I kept saying, well, it's very convenient. It's very easy right now for players to speak up. It's very easy. It's very convenient for players to say this, or teams to come out and say the right thing. It's the right thing. It's the trend. It's the trend right now. You want to follow the trend. Shannon Sharp used a Martin Luther King quote that says what I've been trying to say for the longest time. I gotta find it. If you give me 2 seconds, there it is. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands. It's not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy.
That's huge.
That's what I've been trying to say. I'm just not Martin Luther King.
That's huge. That's huge.
Like, right now, what's happening, it's easy. It's so easy for white players like J.J. Watt, Baker Mayfield, guys like Randy Orton to come out and say, yes, what's going on is wrong. It's laid out for you. It's laid out for you to say that. And now I'm not saying I'm bringing them down, but I'm saying that the platform is there. Where were you in 2016? Where were you in 2016, 2015 when this all happened? A lot of players are saying, a lot of people are coming out and saying, like even Randy Orton, I'm using him because he's the one that comes to mind as of recently, coming out saying, "Oh, I now understand that it wasn't about kneeling, or I now understand what the Black Lives Matter is all about." Was it not in English, plain English, 4 or 5 years ago? Did we not say the same things we are saying 4 or 5 years later? Like nothing's changed. Nothing that we have said has changed. Nothing that we've been crying for has changed, speaking out for, marched for, pleading for. Nothing's changed. But it's convenient. So now it's easier for you to come out and say, "Oh, I understand. I get it." Me, I'm on wait and see mode because I see through the bullshit. I'm in wait and see mode because nothing, the English language didn't change, didn't come differently out of our mouths. People were still dying in front of us. Police brutality was still going on. Wait and see mode for me.
You know what I just think it is? Honestly, yeah. Being a convenient time while everything's taking place, it does seem convenient. Oh, now you want to speak up. Oh, now you want to say something. Oh, now you get it. You know, it does look convenient. It does look like, oh, well, they're just doing it because it looks like it's the hip thing to do right now to say you're back and whatever. But on the same time, and the flip side of that, again, I'll say this over and over again. It's sad, it sucks, and it's sickening that it came at the expense of George Floyd losing his life and getting murdered on the street, on video, on camera. But this movement is massive right now. It's massive. Part of it probably plays into the fact that, you know, in a sense, people being, you know, sheltered in place, you know, and in COVID, they can't really go out and do nothing, but in a sense, sit in their crib, they get more opportunity to sit back and read and understand and watch.
Which goes back to my point of you chose not to listen.
They did. And it's ignorant that, you know, back in 2016 when this happened, or other years when people get murdered, you know, guys like Randy or JG Watt, they didn't choose to make a comment or put something on social media or whatnot and make a statement. These teams and leagues and organizations, they didn't put out nothing then. They did it. And whether it's them just being silent and scared not to speak out or being ignorant to the fact of what was being said during the movement, it all plays a part in it. But I tell you right now, the current Black Lives Matter movement taking place is something that no one's seen before. And the ripple effects going across the country, going across the world is massive right now. So, hey, Randy Orton maybe was ignorant, and these guys probably were ignorant in the sense 2016. But, yeah, wait, and then you could say wait and see how they talk and go from here. After, you know, a few more weeks or months or whatever, see how the comments flow. But if they won't come out and say, hey, I understand, I'd rather hear that than you can still sit in silence. I've had people, you know, white people text my phone and message me and say, look, man, I'm finally hearing and understanding. I'm not gonna respond to them. You know, yeah, cool, bullshit. I'm not, if you want to tell me or speak out and say, look, maybe I was wrong then and not paying attention, but I stand here now and say, I hear you, I understand, and I'm willing to speak and understand and listen. I can't knock anybody for that. I can't knock people who are willing to take responsibility, knowing they're wrong in a sense at a time.
That's it, though. That's where it is. There's a difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference of taking responsibility,
yeah,
and then saying, "Oh, I see what's happening." But everyone that's seeing what's happening is not taking responsibility. All these statements are coming out. I don't see people taking responsibility. That's not taking responsibility. That's saying, "Oh, Black Lives Matter movement is going on. Yeah, we stand for Black people." That's not taking responsibility. There's a big difference between taking responsibility, saying, "Hey, I was ignorant, I was wrong, but and I'm finally trying to."
But some people have said that.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's a difference.
Okay.
There's a difference between not everything that's going on has been taking responsibility through it. As he says, seen a tweet that said people are acting like black folks were just released like DLC recently. People are trying to save ass. I mean, it's very convenient, man. I'm gonna stick to it. Obviously, Mike said it. The Black Lives Matter movement is the biggest it's ever been, right? This is at its forefront. Sparked by George Floyd's murder. George Floyd's murder. Another thing, it was point blank murder. You can't deny it. No matter what color, creed, or anything you are, you've seen what that was. You know exactly what that was. Moving on forward, this movement has sparked and it's been strong. I've seen these statements come out from companies here, there, and before. I've seen it. Where the hell were you guys? Where were you? This has been happening to us all the time.
Yeah, it sucks to think about. Where exactly what you're saying. Where were they when this happened 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago? Where were they? But then you could look at that and say, would you rather? How's the best way to word it? I just think about it as if they weren't there then. Which you could look at somebody like, where were you then? Where were you when that happened? But if you're willing to stand up now, we can't reverse time. We can't reverse time in a sense. So if you're willing to make the statement now about where you stand, I'm with this movement, I'm with that, I feel this way, I feel that way, I stand with y'all, I understand. If you want to say that now, cool, great. Yeah, you weren't there then. In my mind, like, all right, I'm not even going to hold you to that. But now, if you digging your feet in the sand, in the dirt right now, do that, and let me see what the next couple of steps you're going to make look like. Point blank, period. I'm not going to sit here, the way I am, the way I'm brought up, I'm not going to hold you off of where you were. But if you're willing to dig your feet in the dirt right now and stand with me and say you here for me and here for us and you're with the movement and everything, cool. I'm about to keep walking this way. What you doing? Don't be cool and convenient with me here now because it's big and popping. As I continue to walk this way, which direction you going?
I hear you, bro. Good to some of the comments here. Dave said, I agree. It's hard to know how sincere these people and organizations are. Only time will tell. Only
time will tell, man.
As he says, it's hard as a black person to find some of these things as genuine because we already had to double check ourselves on microaggressions and racism. Like, are they being for real? Am I tripping? And now it's the same for these companies. Do y'all actually care now, or is it about the money y'all going to lose? Bang. And listen. And the reason
Starbucks and all these companies,
the reason I'm going as hard as I am, and it can seem like I'm not being, I'm not being fair for the people. I just don't care. I don't care. I really don't. I'm not praising any company. I'm not praising any white person who finally right now is coming out and saying, I'm not doing it. Show it to me when we get to the trenches. Show it to me then. As of right now, like the feeling of that is the same as the feeling I get when I see these marches going on and I see police officers take a kneel and everyone's joyous about it. I don't give a damn about that. I don't give a damn about your statement. Show it to me in the trenches. Police officer, you want to take a knee with us now? Show me you're going to stop another police officer kill a black man. Then I'll praise you. Until then, I don't care about your knee. I don't care about your damn statement. I don't care. Show me what you do with it. Because this is our life. And I'm sorry it comes out harsh. I'm sorry it feels like I'm not sensitive to what's going on and people are finally getting to see it, but I'm sticking to my statement.
You got to be willing to not stand up with us now. You got to be willing to continue to stand and walk through everything, Marv, in the trenches, when it gets rough, when it gets tough. If you see a fellow cop, doing something wrong, knowing that we're going through this movement, we just went through this movement, like, nobody's living under a rock right now. You see what's going on. So moving forward, if you willing to take this stand and make this statement moving forward, you should know what to do and how to go about it. On a bigger scale than that, we've been saying it all along. The police system needs some kind of reform, point blank, period. And obviously, that change hopefully will come. But until then, as a human being, just because you got a uniform and a badge on, you know what's right and wrong. You should know how to handle and carry yourself. A man's drunk, a little faded. Don't try to expose him and make him look stupid for whatever sick benefit that you want, just to slap handcuffs on him and be rough. That's a whole nother situation that that's another situation that'll get me angered. I just texted this to somebody the other day. If you know what's wrong is wrong, it's wrong. If you know what's wrong, if you see something and you know what's wrong, you feel it's wrong, you see what's happening around and how people reacting about it is wrong, it's wrong, man. And that goes with a lot of stuff we're seeing right now in this day and age. You pick up your phone, you see another video, you see another arrest, you see another pullover, you see another murder take place. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for sure.
It's tough. Derek said, coming from Derek, people can grow and learn. And absolutely, people sure can grow and learn. As Black people, we don't owe anyone the benefit of the doubt. Grow and learn. At the end of the day, I want to see it.
Yeah, you growing and learning shouldn't be
That's what this movement
our responsibility.
Right.
As Black people, it shouldn't be our responsibility for white people to grow and learn about what's been taking place in the world they live in. Oh, we gonna march and protest because it's happening to us for sure. But it's on you to see it, understand it, process it, and shift your thoughts, feelings, ideals from there. Other comments coming. I don't know if there's anything on IG. I can't see my phone from this far.
On IG, let's see here. We good on this front on IG.
Okay.
So you brought up Atlanta. The Atlanta shooting.
Ah, man.
I want to get his full name. I don't want to butcher his full name.
That's another situation there. It's just sickening. It's just sickening how that went down. Whatever his name
I'm gonna
is.
get his full name.
It's just I've only seen one video because one video, Rashard Brooks. I've only seen I don't know if that video I saw was a full video or whatnot. And I can't even lie. I was watching the video knowing that was what was going to happen at the end, and just as the video just kept progressing and progressing, I slowly just started turning the volume down. Sitting by myself watching, I just slowly started turning the volume down because I just knew what the outcome was, and I just didn't. I was watching it. I didn't want to. I don't know. It was weird for me, but that situation, I was having that conversation with my cousins about it, and it's a lot to break down in that situation, and whether you want to say, well, I was reading a lot of comments. End result was still the same. Man got murdered. Black man got murdered.
Black man got murdered. And I could show you, for all the people who want to say something negative about, oh, if he shouldn't have done this, he shouldn't have done that, I could show you 50, maybe 100 videos of the opposite race doing a lot worse and getting handcuffed. There was a man who killed 9 black people in a church and got better treatment than Rashad Brooks. I don't want to, like, the man was drunk. We understand that. If you watch the video with the body cam, the officer escalated the whole thing. He escalated the whole situation. And due to the fact, now Rashad Brooks, a father, a brother, is gone, dead, for being drunk and sleeping in his car. For being drunk and sleeping in his car. Telling the officer, my sister lives down the block. I could walk over there. Okay, officer, you don't want him to walk over there. You want to arrest him? Arrest him. Handcuff him, and just don't escalate the situation. Kill him. Call for backup. He runs away. Isn't that what you do? Someone runs away, you call for backup?
In a situation like that, man.
You have his information, you have his plates, you have his car. Call for backup if he runs away. Why take the man's life for being drunk on the weekend at Wendy's? Situation I know a lot of people have been in life. But they ask why we march. They ask why we're frustrated. This is something that just happened. It just happened recently. It just happened. You still have Breonna Taylor's cops still out there. Free men. This is a fight for life, man. It's a fight for life.
IG about to end. I'll get that back. I just think about it, and there's people out there who's trying to explain to me the video before I saw it and whatnot, saying, well, once they tried to arrest him and detain him, he started fighting and being aggressive, with the police officer. Someone told me, I think the dude tried to reach for the police officer's taser or whatnot. I don't know. The fact of the matter is, I don't care what he did. I don't even care. He punched a police officer in his face. As a police officer whose job is to serve and protect, you got a man there, unarmed, a little drunk, obviously he's intoxicated, so he already, things are already going to be escalating that much in that sense on his end. But then I don't know, how many times did he ask him how many drinks he had? You heard it one time. What you need to hear it again for? Man's clearly drunk. He's clearly faded. I don't know the actual law or whatnot. I know a couple people have gotten arrested for sleeping in their cars, different things like that. But if it's a DUI and you get a ticket or something like that,
arrest the man.
Give him his ticket. Arrest him. Or there's no need to ask him how many drinks and how much drinks and how many drinks. Explain to him he's being arrested or he's getting a ticket. That video, that conversation, that interaction shouldn't have gone on as long as it did. Because being drunk and faded, you asking me, I don't care. Even if you're sober, I keep asking you the same question over and over again. After a while, I'm gonna look at you and be like, "Yo, you don't get it? Have you not heard what I told you?" So don't tell me anything about he started getting aggressive and then he tried to resist arrest. Even if that's the case and he did do all of that, just the camera tilted and I muted the video, I couldn't hear anything. But the fact that an officer needs to reach for his gun to kill him.
For a situation where he could have just been in jail for the night.
I don't know what's on the police officers' utility belts and whatnot. You got peppers. I think they have pepper spray. I think they have a taser. I don't know what else they have. I don't. But in that situation, guys clearly kind of drunk. I haven't heard anything of him being armed in any way, shape, or form. That your your instinct in that situation is to pull for the weapon that one shot will take your life. That's what you pull for.
And they shoot to kill.
And they're shooting to kill.
They're not shooting
to even try to disable his leg and
no,
shoot him in the foot.
They shoot to kill.
Hey, man. Hey. Poof.
They shoot to kill this man.
On a day before or after his daughter's birthday. His life got taken away because he just wanted to sleep off the fade in his car in a parking lot. And like you said, people wonder why there's marching. You wonder why there's protesting. You wonder why there's some looting going on. Watch that video. Watch that video. That's why it goes back to our original conversation. If black athletes wanted to say, hey, I'm not playing anymore because what they see in that video, I understand it. Like, that situation among many other situations similar to that, continues to go along with the conversation of the way the system's set up right now, the police system. If that police officer is an example of what's taught, what procedures are taught to officers and how to handle a situation similar to like that, everything's effed up. It's effed up. If that is the procedure to go about when dealing with a drunk, and it's one thing if he was a belligerent, aggressive, that dude was drunk. That man was the most politest, kindest drunk I've ever seen. If they claim he was so drunk and faded, man said, look, I was in my car, I had a couple of drinks. Look, I'll leave the car here, I'll walk home, whatever. But the police officers escalated, and the dude was calm. But y'all saw her. Y'all saw her.
As he says, he said very responsibly. He was trying. Rashad was being so cooperative with them, and he still ended up there. It's so upsetting. It is, man. It is. It's like waking up to shit like that every morning.
Every morning.
It's just.
Promise you. About 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row now. You go on social media.
Going back on.
Oh,
my fault.
You go on social media and you'll see another video like that.
Tamila says the reality is cops love to provoke people so they can use force. Yeah, they escalated the situation. The cop understood that there could be a possibility where a situation like this was able to happen. Things got aggressive, and I don't understand when things get aggressive like that. Why are you shooting an unarmed man? If he got away, he got away. You have his plates, you have his information, you have everything you need from him. Call back up, find a way, arrest him, and that's it. He goes to jail for the night and he has to deal with the consequences later. Why is his life being taken away? Why are you robbing a family of joy? Who knows what Rashad Brooks could have become in 10 years? What he would have done? Like, why are we robbing people's dreams and lives and killing them? And
I don't care.
Lose lots of words.
I don't care how aggressive he may have gotten when they tried to put the cuffs on him. I don't. I really don't.
Cop's life wasn't in danger.
Because he tried to resist arrest a little bit, you have to reach for your gun to shoot him, to kill him. Again, I don't care how hard he resisted. There was two of them there. There's a cop standing there. There's a cop with the body cam filming the whole thing. It's 2-on-1. That's a whole different conversation because I don't know what kind of shape these cops are supposed to be.
Yeah, right. You fat ass can't stop.
It's 2-on-1.
You fat ass can't stop a drunk man. That's on you.
He's fat, so he's already kind of off there. So he started pulling on your arm, resisting arrest a little bit. That means out of everything, you need to reach for the killing device and take his life. not just disabled and get him in the leg or something, still relax with bam on the concrete right there in that parking lot. It's over being faded.
It sucks, man. It's uncomfortable to talk about.
This
It's upsetting. You know, these are realities of life that we are going through. We're still here. We're still live. There is another conversation I would love to have. Another uncomfortable conversation. Another crazy thing that's happening in our lives while we are fighting, you know, this pandemic, while we're fighting, you know, these racial wars that we're going through. You know, there's also Black women whose lives don't feel protected by Black men. And this is a whole nother situation that's going on. Oluwatoyin Salu, 19-year-old girl, in the front lines of this Black Lives Matter movement, fought for us, spoke for us, spoke on her sexual assaults. You know, she's being assaulted by Black men, and ends up going missing, found dead. And that's just one of many situations that goes on with Black women's lives daily. There was a movement. I wouldn't call it a movement. There was a thing going on Twitter where women came out and they were saying, you know, the amount of times they were sexually assaulted, and they would put up a number, or they would put up an age. I was this years old. I was that. I was this years. I was this age. And it's just the amount of people I knew personally that would tweet that. It's upsetting. It's sick. It's gross. What women go through. I'll never understand. I could never know. I can only listen. I can only try to comprehend. But as men, obviously we have to do better, but we have to protect our women. We have to protect our women. And there's a lot of lanes out there, and I could speak for myself personally, say I have to do better, because I see a lot of lanes out there and I don't see nothing. There's a lot of weirdos out there, and we have to do better. Yesterday, I had a conversation with my brother Weez. Now, I've known Weez for almost, I'm 27. Now, I've known Weez for 20 years. Yesterday's conversation me and him had was probably the most uncomfortable but needed conversation as men that we've ever had in our lives. On what the hell is going on that Black men, as Black men, we are not protecting our Black women, or we're trying to silence them in a way, or we're not trying to listen to what they're going on and be there at the front lines to protect them. That conversation I had with him yesterday, man, it was spooky, because like, we can blame so many people and blame so many things of what's going on in this world, but we got to look at ourselves in the mirror at first too. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy what Black women in this country are going through. And, you know, as someone, you know, who we always speak up, me and Mike, we always speak up about Black Lives Matter and, you know, social justice and things like that. This is a conversation that needs to be had as well. And this is something that we got to hold everybody accountable for. It can't go ignored no more at all.
Yeah, I mean, the way I think about it is, if you look at this country, especially this country we live in, you look at in terms of pecking order in a sense. Obviously, I think people say this country is dominated by white people. right? Now, if you break that down a little bit, it's the white males have the top kind of privilege in this world.
Mm-hmm.
After that, probably white females. And after that, the next most dominant race in the country is black. Started by the black males, who hold that spot, and then it's black females who are in the last part. Those are 4 levels right there. It's the black females at the bottom. And everything you're saying, Marv, is completely 100% true. We have to do better as black males to make sure that even though they may be seen at the bottom of the totem pole or whatever, we can't let their thoughts, their feelings, their voices, their opinions, we can't let that go to waste. We can't let it just, in one ear out. We can't just diminish them at all. As a people, as a race, we already need to try to elevate us collectively. But yeah, black men need to make sure that the women there are elevated at the same level as we march through this together. Point blank, period. What you said you saw on Twitter and whatnot, of the amount of times the times you were assaulted, or I think that's what you were saying about
the ages
and whatnot, and then the amount of times we've heard stories of things happening to black females, getting assaulted. There was that big story, a year or 2 ago, that girl Jossie that went to the club and ended up getting murdered because there's some weirdos out there, some sick and twisted weirdos, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. For me personally, the people I'm associated with, my friends, my circle that I'm around, I know I'm not associated with that, and I'm thankful for that. I know great men who know how to treat and respect women.
Right. But it goes beyond that, right?
It's big. It's obviously bigger than that.
Because that's the conversation I was having yesterday. It's like, but I surround myself with great people, but that doesn't mean anything. There's got to be so much more that we can do when women are out here crying for help and saying, yo, leave me alone, or do this. And when we see that shit, it's not to try to impress someone. We really just got to be in the front line. Tell that weirdo, like you said, to back the hell up. Like, let them be, let them live. Once again, I can't imagine what they go through. I don't know. All I can do is listen. And when I see shit, do something about it.
Simple as that. That's the most that you or I can do just from the jump. If you know something or situation or person who is being a certain type of way towards our black females, take it upon yourself to end that. Speak up and try to put that to an end.
Yeah, Dirk said we have to check our bros. We have to.
Big time.
We have to. And that's it. That's something I don't think we do enough. Because that's your bro. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, he's doing I know how he is. All that.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
It's all that needs to. You got to check whoever it is, especially your bros. You got to check them and make them understand that can never slide. Ever. Or you just can't be around me. Because that's not what we associate ourselves with. As black men, that's not how we associate ourselves. And we need to protect our women, man. It's so sad, man, what's going on. It's so sad what's been happening. What's been happening. This to see our women, the ones who are in the front lines. When we talk about Black Lives Matter movement, who's in the front lines doing? It's the women. They're the ones protecting our backs. We have to be there to protect their backs as well. We have to.
We have to be there to reciprocate it. It's a must. It's a must. No more letting, like you just said, Marv. Oh, well, I know that dude. That's just how he is. And call him out, check him on it. The disrespect, the assault, whatnot, nah. None of it's cool. None of it's cool. None of it's okay. You know, there has to be changes in a lot of different things in this world for sure. That's one area right there. That's one conversation right there that it needs to happen big time. Big time, without a doubt.
Yeah, so once again, rest in peace to the Queen, man. Only 19 years old. All the Tony salute. This is something that a lot of things that we're dealing with right now during this pandemic that I did not foresee coming at all. But, we just got to do our parts, everybody. We have to do our part. The changes within us. I see you guys quoting Tupac, but like you said, it's within us, man. So we really listen. Don't fight back. If women are saying that, like I seen on social media today, just an example. Black men don't have our back. And then you got black men there like, of course we do. This is what we're doing. Don't argue with them. Like, what are you trying to prove right now? They feel hurt. They feel like they're not being listened to. It's not your time to try to go out and spew what you've done. No one's hearing that. Listen to what they're saying and be there and act upon it.
Yeah. Listen, receive it, try to understand it, and then try to put the best foot forward collectively to move forward. It's one thing to deal with everything going on. It's another thing to hear that, black women don't feel that they're supported by their black men. It's not a good. It's not something good to hear. It's not good.
Yeah.
We have to be there for each other. We have to, because it can't be amongst everything happening. That can't be a divide. That cannot be a divide. That cannot be a divide at all.
So real quick, to switch on to the last topic of the night. As we said, things are opening up in the world. COVID-19, the economy is crashing. So businesses are opening up throughout the world. You see places like Texas, they're wide open, Arizona wide open, California wide open. They're the ones with huge spikes, rise in COVID-19. Pakistan, another place, a huge spike and COVID-19. And it's seeming like opening up is not working, but at the end of the day, people don't know what to do because the economy is coming to a crashing halt. It's something that Pakistan is looking to do now is open for 2 weeks, close for 2 weeks, open for 2 weeks, close for 2 weeks. Just to think that that's a possibility is crazy, but that's where we are at right now. I understand it's hot. Everybody's outside. I've been outside. I can't even say I haven't. I've been outside. But COVID is not going away at all. People are getting, people who have chronic illnesses are getting sicker. Some unfortunately are dying. And I don't know where this is going to lead to. I know Boston's going to go on to phase 3. I got my email about the gym opening up in a couple of weeks. But if numbers do spike up, we really are in a whole new world here.
Yeah. I mean, I saw something on Twitter. I don't know how accurate it is or whatnot, but I saw the amount of daily new cases, at least in Massachusetts, the numbers, kind of through end of April going into May and whatnot, it's actually lower. Now, again, I don't know how accurate that picture is that I saw. I don't know the numbers per se myself. But I will say again, if this is accurate and what Massachusetts is doing is working in a sense, it would make sense to me why places like Texas and Arizona, the numbers have spiked. Because they just said, hey, bam, wide open, quick, everything's good to go. Massachusetts, in a sense, Governor Baker and, Marty Walsh and whatnot want to go through these phases and whatnot. Phases of slowly opening things up, slowly bringing things back. And even as things open up, these places open up have major restrictions. You can't do this. You can't have this many people. You got to wear this. Seats need to be like that. I don't live in Arizona. I don't live in these other places. I don't know what it looks like there. But I can say Massachusetts is trying. It's trying. And what I'm seeing from this photo that I just retweeted is an indication of them trying, and the daily new cases numbers is dropping. COVID's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere, but maybe the way Massachusetts is going about it is controlling it, maybe in a sense. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. But I don't think, Massachusetts put this plan in place. Just think like, look, we're putting this plan in place, these phases in place, and we're just going to assume numbers are going to still skyrocket and spike and whatnot.
But just like how it spread before, people are out. People are taking flights. I know people taking flights already to the south, to take it to west. They're going to the places where are wide open right now. What happens when they come back? And that's exactly what happened prior, a couple of months ago. People left Massachusetts, came back, and numbers went crazy. So, the people been gearing up for a second wave. Maybe that second wave comes sooner than we thought.
Wait and see mode, man. Just really wait and see mode. You don't know what to expect. I guess in the meantime, just gotta continue to take the proper precautions. Hand washing, cleaning, wiping stuff down, disinfecting stuff. Going to certain places, wear your mask, right? Like that. I don't know, man. Sometimes you look at it, it's like it's tough. Some people, you quarantine yourself. Some people have been locked away since March.
Yeah.
Some people have been locked away since March. Taking all the proper precautions, trying to stay safe, stay healthy since March. Now you get into the summer months. It's hot. People's out about. Social media is running rampant. So you're seeing people at the beach and at outside bar. You see people doing different things. You're human. You're human.
And then nature kicks in.
You're human. You're gonna be like, damn, I want to hit that beach too. Damn, I want to hit that bar too. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, but we just have to wait and see. But at the same time, continue to do what needs to be done in trying to protect yourself and the people around you.
For sure. Anything else, Mike? Nice on today's episode of Double One?
We've touched upon a lot. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. These conversations need to continue to happen. I've seen some comments coming in. COVID is not what it seems to be. It's just the driver of the new economy, fraudful introduced. Sure, it's real illness, but not as worse as it seems to be. Cases of COVID are just infected, not ill. And then before that says, thanks to Northeast, numbers continue to decrease. Yeah, I know people in New York who back to work and different things, and I thought New York was one of the worst places that COVID hit. I know people kind of getting back to things over there. again, Massachusetts is going about their business, and I saw a graph earlier that's showing the decrease is happening here. Like, we just gotta wait and see what happens. Just gotta wait and see.
So yeah, Derek said the southern states are where the cases increases. As he said, also rest in peace to Nakia Crawford, 18 years old, was shot at a stoplight by a white male. I did see that earlier today. I didn't have much information on it currently, so I didn't want to speak on the full topic. Absolutely, rest in peace, Nakia Crawford. The fight continues, man. Like an 18-year-old baby, a little girl, killed at a stoplight.
Why? What?
Racism takes many forms, man. It's not just police brutality. Thank you for bringing that up, Ezzy. And when I and Mike, when we get more information, definitely speak on that as well. It's unfortunate. It's a crazy time that we're in. But like I said, we're in this fight for life. It's not going to be something that changes anytime soon. So we got to continue to push the narrative, push that button, and we will be heard.
Yeah, conversation will continue for sure, and we're going to use our platform to keep it rolling. For those of you who tune in all the time, or those of you who are new to Double M, this is what it's all about. You know, we have conversations on many things. You know, whether it's tough to talk about, whether it's going to make us laugh and enjoy. I mean, it's been a while since we had something like that, but it's real things happening in the world around us. And as two grown, adult black men, we're not going to shy away from it at all. But let's continue to communicate. Let's continue to motivate. Let's continue to push forward so that, whether we're not directly sparking change, that quote you said from Tupac is huge.
Yeah, man.
That quote is huge.
I'm not going to say I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee I'll spark the mind that will.
Just by using his words and his platform and doing different things, Tupac said that quote, assuming that by different things, he'll spark a mind to do something. And that's what I think anybody has the power to do. Anybody has the power to do that. So, yeah, let's keep it going for sure.
If this is another episode of the Double M Show, you got your boy, Mr. Mike Nice, DJ Mees. The conversation will continue. Everybody, stay strong, stay safe. Reach out to people. Shout out to you, Ezzy, man. Hope you're doing well. Reach out to anyone if you need to talk. We here too in Double M. We're always ready to push the conversation, and we'll see you guys next week on another episode of the Double M Show.